Welcome back to The Explainer. We're jumping right in today because we've got a seriously fascinating breakdown lined up. We are taking an investigative look into a highly hyped digital marketing product that's been making the rounds called AI App Alchemy. Our goal today? We're going to stack up the shiny, high-energy expectations from the product's sales page right up against the grounded, objective reality found in a deep-dive, third-party review by Arsha Kapoor. We'll be unpacking the massive claims, the hidden details, and most importantly, the actual costs involved.
So here is the big question. Can you really build and sell a working AI app in just 10 minutes for exactly $7? I mean, that's a wildly bold premise, right? And it's exactly the mystery we're about to unpack. Look, if you'd ever wanted to jump into the software space but hit a brick wall because, well, you just don't know how to code, this pitch is laser-targeted directly at you. It promises to completely level the playing field.
Just listen to this quote, straight off their sales page. Zero coding, zero tech skills. You're just 10 minutes away from having your own working app. What's really fascinating here is how confidently they're removing literally every traditional barrier to entry. No experience? Absolutely no problem. The core promise is that if you can highlight, copy, and paste text, you can build functioning software today. The absolute kicker here is the front-end offer. For a tiny entry fee of just $7, buyers are promised a complete, end-to-end system to build and sell real software without writing a single line of code. The vendor says they'll give you full video training, a prompt builder worksheet, and ready-to-paste build prompts. It sounds like a total steal, an absolute no-brainer investment. But we have to ask, how does this actually work under the hood?
Well, let's look at the mechanics. The engine driving AI App Alchemy is something they call the Vibe RC method. It's a 6-element framework. Practically speaking, this means you aren't doing any traditional coding whatsoever. Instead, you're getting a pre-written, copy-and-paste prompt formula. The vendor's main argument is that vague prompts give you broken, useless results, so they give you an exact, tested, structured framework to feed into an AI, telling it what to build, how it should work, and what it should look like to get a fully functional app right back out.
And the workflow? It's designed to be lightning fast. You check out, you watch a quick primer video, paste your provided prompt into an AI, watch it build the tool, and then you just brand it. The sales copy explicitly points out that they actually built this course backwards on purpose. They want you to build the app first and then understand the framework later. Getting that quick win in your very first session is honestly a brilliant psychological hook to build a buyer's confidence. But what exactly are you building? Well, they give some really concrete examples. Keep in mind you aren't building the next massive complex operating system here. You're building practical targeted marketing assets. We're talking things like viral hook generators, social proof testimonial rotators, or lead magnet quiz tools. These are highly specific, highly functional tools that digital marketers use literally every single day to generate leads and drive sales.
Okay, so that's the pitch. Let's take a step back and look at the reality. We've seen the shiny sales page. But what happens when an objective third party actually takes this thing for a spin? We're going to pull directly from a really in-depth review by Arsha Kapoor. He analyzed the entire funnel, dug through the affiliate documentation, and his reality check reveals some absolutely crucial details that the front page completely left out.
First up, let's talk about the creator's track record. On the sales page itself, there's basically nothing about the creator. No bio, no name, no mention of any past software successes. But the reviewer dug into the affiliate launch docs and found the name God's Will Aram. Checking the launch archives, there's absolutely no prior history for this creator on the platform. Now, obviously, every creator has to start somewhere, but this means you are entering a genuine early adopter situation. You're buying from someone with zero visible public product delivery track record. There's also a pretty massive potential hidden cost to be aware of. The sales page loudly promises no extra cost. The tools you need are completely free. However, the reviewer noted a major red flag. It is highly likely you're going to need to supply your own paid LLM API key, like from OpenAI or Anthropic, to actually get these apps to generate anything. So you might find yourself on the hook for ongoing, usage-based costs that the main sales page completely glosses over.
Now keep this number in your head, $7. That's the anchor. That is the expectation set in your mind when you land on that page. It feels so incredibly low risk, right? It's basically the price of a fancy latte for a fully working AI app.
But then, we peel back the curtain on the reality of online marketing funnels. That $7 offer, it's just the front door to a massive 12-listing back-end architecture. You've got order bumps and a whole staircase of OTOs, which, if you don't know, stands for one-time offers or upsells. The reviewer pulled this list straight from the live affiliate dashboard, and it reveals an absolute maze of upgrades waiting to be pitched to you the second you hand over that initial $7.
And get this, if you were to actually click yes to every single one of those upgrades in the funnel, the real cost skyrockets to $534. That is a jaw-dropping jump from the initial $7 promise. It's a classic direct response strategy. Get the buyer in the door with a low-friction micro-commitment, and then heavily pitch high-ticket additions once they've already got their wallet open.
The reviewer also flagged some really specific concerning mechanics inside this funnel. First off, there are unexplained recurring billing indicators on 2 of the Blueprint Engine OTOs. This means what looks like a simple one-time charge might actually quietly rope you into a monthly subscription. Second, there is a very bizarre $297 price tag disguised as a checkout order bump. Actually, scratch that. Order bumps are usually low-friction $20 add-ons, not $300 investments. And finally, you just have that jarring, massive gap between the $7 headline and the $534 reality.
To be fair, let's balance this out because there is a very strong safety net here. They loudly advertise a 14-day, no-questions-asked, money-back guarantee. They literally say, if you don't have a working AI app built with your own hands, just email them and get every penny back. That is genuinely friendly to the buyer. But, as the reviewer wisely points out, does that generous guarantee actually cover that massive maze of expensive upsells we just looked at, or just your initial $7? That is a huge unknown you absolutely must verify before buying anything extra.
Another major redeeming quality we have to mention is the inclusion of full commercial rights. The vendor is crystal clear on this. You don't just get to use these 10-minute apps for yourself, you own what you built. You can legally brand them with your own logos, use them as lead magnets for your clients, or even package and sell them as your own software. You are genuinely building assets you control, which is a big deal.
So if you're thinking about rushing over to grab this deal, we want to leave you with this highly practical pre-purchase checklist from the reviewer. 1. Confirm if you need your own paid LLM API key so you aren't blindsided by usage costs. 2. Keep your eyes peeled for that massive $297 order bump hidden at checkout. 3. If you do buy an upsell, verify you aren't accidentally agreeing to a recurring monthly subscription. And 4, decide right now what you actually need so you don't get swept up in the emotion of a multi-step upsell maze.
Which leaves us with the $1 million, or rather the $7 question, is the promise of a 10-minute AI app actually worth navigating that intense upsell maze? For $7, the entry risk is incredibly low, especially with that 14-day refund policy, and those commercial rights are undeniably tempting. But you really have to weigh that against the heavy back-end marketing tactics and the totally unproven creator track record. We've laid out the facts, the shiny expectations, and the grounded reality. The rest?